Hi, today I want to talk about writing by Miral Sinar from Turkey. The title of the writing is The Use of the Mother Tongue or L1 in the AFL Classroom. So the background of the writing is because it has been a big debate whether or not to use the L1 in the AFL classrooms. Some has mentioned, for example, Krashen, that there are so many disadvantages that we can get of using L1 in the EFL classroom, and also there are some others that supports the idea. So in the writing of her, she discusses the disadvantages and also the advantages, and then she later concluded in the conclusion part. So for the first one, in the one that doesn't support the use of L1, they mentioned it is because L1 and L2 have syntactic differences, so it may confuse students between L1 and L2 if the teacher uses L1 over time in the EFL classroom. For example, they have like SFO structure, and then in another language maybe they have like OFS or OSV structure. And the second reason is because if you use L1 in the EFL classroom, it can be a habit that later cannot be changed, because once it is a habit, it is hard to change, like you are used to using L1 all the time. And translation to native language doesn't work doesn't work all of the time. So for example, there are some translation that cannot be directly translated from L1 to the target language. And here comes the one that really supports the use of the mother tongues in the EFL classroom. So the first one is because the mother tongue can be a great resource, especially in teaching you vocabulary, because it is easier when you translate, and then you can get the idea easier from L1 to L2. And the second one is because it gives more students the sense of they feel more secure and comfortable when it is mixed between L1 and L2, because sometimes when you use only the target language, the students becomes they are less comfortable of using it. For example, from the study that have been conducted before from 2009, many students are prefer from the findings, they prefer to have the mix between L1 and L2 in the classroom. So, and later in the conclusion, Meryl Sinner concluded that it never been finished the debate about whether or not to use L1, because they keep on debating it, and some rejects and some others are accepting of using L1. So she suggested that it is the teacher's responsibilities of deciding what is best for the students, because they know like the characteristic of their students, whether it is best or not to use the L1. So that's the end of my video for today. Thank you so much for listening.